Welcome back to another edition of Litter Media Live, a special edition featuring what you're looking at there, Sand in the Streets Volleyball. And we have Tiffany Baldwin with us from downtown Chillicothe, Ohio. And we're this close to making this happen.
This close.
Under a month.
Under a month, officially.
And you're all set, ready?
I'm all set.
Ready to go, okay.
Yep.
We're going to talk about it in just a moment. If you've never heard about Sand in the Streets, which is kind of hard to believe, but if you've never heard about it, it's really cool. We'll tell you why and how it all is put together and what's ahead for this year, coming up right after this from Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center, Adult Education.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
With Tiffany Baldwin of downtown Chillicothe, Ohio, Sand in the Streets. 3 years ago, I think it was, when people started talking about doing this, we were like, wait, sand downtown? You're going to put it in a box or what? Yeah, it was a big box.
It was a big box.
Curb to curb right there on Payne Street.
Exactly.
So you're still at it.
We're still at it. Year 3, yes.
Yeah.
Making changes every year.
The driving force behind this, what is the driving force?
So this is a huge, the biggest fundraiser we do for downtown Chillicothe as an organization. So with that, the funds go back into our community, into our downtown to bring different projects and programs to the downtown to make it bigger and better. Mm-hmm.
Going to move this microphone a little more,
okay.
like so there. And part of those projects include, the signage we've seen downtown, the Christmas lights, and more?
Correct. Yes, it includes all of that, but it also includes other things that we've done, such as an event board that we've put up so we can notify the public of different events that are happening in the downtown. Just another medium that we can get some information out to our community. We're getting ready to do some TVs in the storefronts that will have a scrolling screen, just another way to get information out of events happening in the downtown. We've done some handicap ramps a couple years ago for flagstone steps as you entered into buildings where it was kind of hard for walkers or a stroller or a wheelchair to get in. So different things like that. It's just helping make it more accessible and more attractive to people that visit our community so we can drive more foot traffic to our businesses.
I know this seems crazy. How does this tie into like the World Heritage designation and everything? But we've got to be prepared for people coming from around the world to visit downtown Chillicothe.
We do, for sure. And as you said, the world. So that kind of is the key because different countries operate differently than the United States. So you have to take their customs and what they do into consideration too. Not only that, but also the language barrier. So we've got a lot to do to prepare for UNESCO.
Yeah, I know, and this is off the topic, but we had a meeting with some of the folks last week, and we were discussing how many of our waiters and waitresses don't really know what this all means.
Right.
And those are going to be frontline workers to this. Frontline
workers, exactly. And as we kind of were mentioning before we went on live today, the CVB, Ross Chillicothe
Convention and Visitors
Bureau, technically, put out a 101 page that we can give to our frontline workers, which I've also shared on our website, on Downtown Chillicothe website, but it just kind of gives them a map of where these locations are and answers some questions to kind of help those frontline workers. Yeah.
Now back to the sand. This year, it's been competitive, but this year there's cash involved.
A lot of cash.
What are we talking here?
So, as I said, every year we kind of evolve and change things. So this year what we've changed, our big change, is adding a court designated for teams that are considered to be in an open league. So this league is semi-professional, so they're a step above competitive, which is a step above recreational. So with this, we have paid referees that we have to bring in. We have rules that you actually have to strictly follow because this is how they're used to playing. So with that, we have a purse this year for first place of $2,000. So, yeah, a lot bigger than we've ever offered.
Absolutely. And there will be a lot of signage. We understand that
Yes.
Ernstein Kia is behind a lot of that.
Yes. So Kia gave us a heavy lift this year for that. So that open court will be designated the Kia court.
Yeah, so get used to seeing the Kia logo, I guess,
Right.
because it's going to be everywhere. How many people did you have last year compared to what you're expecting this year?
So last year we had over 1,600 people, as best as we could count. And that included the teams and the spectators. So this year, because of adding that additional level of play, and it's highly fun. I mean, it's so fun to watch that level of play. It's so structured, and they're so good. We think that it's going to draw people even further, maybe from outside of the state, from, north, south. So I think we're going to get a lot more people coming to watch that level.
Some of those that are used to seeing beach volleyball on TV, but now you can see it in person right here, and you don't
Right.
have to go to California.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yes.
Now, this is all fun, but if you don't like volleyball, there is a beach party.
There is a beach
And
party.
that's been, I think, the crowning event for this whole idea.
Right, exactly. So as soon as the volleyball's over, we'll transition into the Beach Fest. We have a band that's coming this year, and they're called Shaken Not Stirred.
It's Bond, James Bond.
And this is our first year with them. So the website that we've been watching their videos on and whatnot, they look like they're real interactive with the crowd. So I think it's going to be a fun band this year.
Yeah, I like hearing that. And this is family friendly.
Absolutely, absolutely family friendly. So last year it was so cool. We added a bunch of beach balls, like the little plastic blow up beach balls, threw them out onto the sand, and one of the courts was still playing, but the band was ready to start. So it was kind of this fine line of what do we do? Do we start like we're supposed to start with the band or hold off? But we ended up throwing all these balls out there. We had chairs, we had tables, and the kids loved it. So you could still watch volleyball, but enjoy the music at the same time. So yeah, I mean, the kids were burying each other in the sand. It was fun. Yeah.
And probably trying to bury mom and dad in the
For
sand,
sure.
too. So if you want to participate in that, is there an admission charge?
There is. It's $5 to get in, and that $5 will cover you all day long, so you can come and go as you please.
And this is a long day.
It is.
It starts at what time? Wraps up about when?
So registration for the team starts at 8. The play will begin about 9, and then the Beach Fest music stops around 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So-
an extremely long day.
Hydrate.
Yes.
Hydrate. It will probably be pretty warm out there.
Yes, the first year was excruciatingly hot. It was in the mid-90s. Last year wasn't too bad, so hopefully this year will follow last year.
And you were, if I remember correctly, you were talking about conservative dress in some fashion for the beach party.
Right. Yes. So we want people to come, take your shoes off, stick your feet in the sand, come in, shorts, maybe your fun attire that has flowers on it or whatever. For sure, have fun with it.
Yeah. Anything that we've missed here you wanted to know?
No, just again, this year we'll have 3 levels of play. So we have all of our teams filled. We have 32 teams. 8 of those teams are recreational. 4 of those teams are competitive. And then 4 of those teams, excuse me, I'm saying it backwards. 8 is open, 8 is competitive, and 16 are recreational. Let me get my math straight. My husband, the CPA, would not be happy with me. So we have 32 teams, and we have music that's played throughout the day. So it's just a fun event. One cool thing that we have this year, so we have a couple of vendors that will sell like lemon shake-ups and drinks and different things like that. But this year, Nothing Bundt Cakes reached out to us to vend at the event, and I think it's cool. Who doesn't love Nothing Bundt Cakes? So they'll be down there this year, and that's kind of an addition that I'm kind of anxious to see how it does.
Yeah.
So,
Now, every event like this needs volunteers.
right.
Are you set with volunteers?
No.
Okay.
So if anybody is available to help, or if your organization is looking for some community service hours, we would love to have you join us. And a majority of those hours will consist of working at entry gates. So those tasks are just like taking money, carting people, putting wristbands on, and just kind of watching the flow of the entry gates. And also Friday setup. We would love to have people help with Friday setup, and usually that begins about 9 a.m. But you can reach out to me, and I think you may have, I don't know if you have my information listed on there, but
it's not on the scroller.
Okay.
But if you look in the post here, we've got
Okay.
Downtown Chillicothe's Facebook page. Just click on that.
Yes.
That'll take you right to where you need
that's
to go.
fine. Or if you know me, text me, call me, email me, however you want to get a hold of me.
You will not have to worry about shoveling sand, right?
Right. No,
Yeah,
not at all.
The setup is being taken care of. I think the city usually does that,
The
right?
city is superb and such a wonderful organization to work with on this. We couldn't do it without them, for sure.
Tons of sand coming to downtown Chillicothe.
Over 400 tons.
Now, we want to have you back in before the event.
Okay.
And Aubrey Hernstein has been a driving force behind this as well.
Yes.
And if she wants to come in with you, feel free.
Okay.
Not only that, if we can get some of your volleyball structure people like Brett Reitzel and those types.
Our COVA guys, yes.
Got to get those people involved as well.
Okay, we
So-
will, for sure. Thank you.
Because we'll have nuts and bolts to talk to by that time.
Right.
So now it's just all the fun. Tiffany, thank you for stopping in.
Thank you. Have a good day.
August 26th for Sand in the Streets Volleyball Tournament. Thank you again to Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center Adult Education for sponsoring this portion of the program. Our daily show with Mike Smith and myself coming up in just a moment here on Litter Media Live.